Hi, my name is Ashlyn and I'm from Brooklyn. Please like and subscribe. My twin sister Brooke and I were born to a single mother, and we were the prettiest set of twins with gorgeous blonde hair.
Oh dear, I've always wanted a daughter, but each time God gave me these good-for-nothing devils. How about you give me one of your girls?
Just then, I bit the woman on the hand and she ran for her life.
Broccoli, how many times have I told you not to be so violent?
And Brooke, Mommy, Ashlyn.
Mum was shocked because usually Brooke was the one with a nasty temper and I was the well-behaved child, but I just couldn't help it. People always tried to take us away because of our super long hair, which even Mum thought was going to make us super famous one day. But I wasn't very fond of the whole famous thing. I was a studious kid and I loved books. And Brooke was the polar opposite of me. Everyone at school was her friend, and she was head of the drama club with a huge fan following. In the 6th grade, I topped my grades, and Mum took us to a fun fair as a treat. But on our way, she bumped into a friend, and while I checked out the stalls, Brooke went on to buy some ice cream. But minutes later, I heard her scream. I ran to check, and some guy was fighting with her over the last piece of ice cream flavor they both wanted.
I was here first! Let go, you crazy witch!
Hey, leave my sister alone.
Give it to me now, or both of you will go home crying.
Suddenly, Brooke took the ice cream and shoved it into his face, and the guy went bonkers. He took out the biggest ball of gum I'd ever seen and shoved it straight into the back of Brooke's head. OMG! I kicked him in his knee and he fell into the pig pen in the petting zoo. Now, Brooke's head looked like a bird's nest, and Mum almost fainted when she saw Brooke. She immediately took her to the hairdresser, but even the hairdresser freaked out when she saw the giant mess.
There is no way we can remove this. We'll have to cut it all.
What? No! But since there was no other option, they gave Brooke a buzz cut, and she looked devastated the entire way home. I tried to cheer her up.
It's just hair, Brooke. It'll grow back in no time.
But she didn't say a word. And when we reached home, she ran up to her room and locked herself in. So I tried different ways to cheer her up. This time,
I baked your favorite cookies. Brooke, open up. I asked Mom to buy tickets for the BTS concert, and she agreed. I'm gonna be a mom, Brooke.
and that's when she finally opened up.
God, you're so dramatic. So are you. Could it be we're related?
Days later, when the school reopened for the new session, I made Brooke wear a wig. But since it was summer, Brooke kept scratching her head like crazy the entire time.
Oh God, please stay away from me. I think she has lice.
How dare you even say that? She does not have lice.
Right then, the boy sitting behind Brooke noticed her wig coming off and he pulled it off.
Oh God, she's a baldy.
Wow, we can finally tell Brooke and Ashlyn apart. The pretty-haired one is Ashlyn, and the bald one is Brooke.
All the kids burst out laughing and Brooke looked furious. She jumped on the kid who pulled her wig and grabbed his hair until he let out screams. The teacher pulled her away and was about to send her to the principal when I begged her to let it go. And thankfully, Brooke got away with a warning. But the next morning when Brooke came down, Mom and I were shocked.
Did you forget your wig, sweetie?
Everyone knows what I look like now, Mom, and it makes me itch.
Come on, honey. You wouldn't want to go out of the house looking like an egg.
Mom, I think you look cool. Brooke.
Whatever, I don't need your approval.
Huh? What was that about?
At school, I warned all the kids to not mess with my sister, but it seems like Brooke didn't care about it anyway. And then one time, I was in the school's hallway when Brooke's drama club members came up to me.
Ashlyn, Brooke left the club, but we really need a pretty girl lead for the play. Can you take the role? Please, please.
They kept begging me to replace Brooke and didn't leave until I said yes. But just then, a boy walked past me and I dropped all my books.
Hey, watch it, dude.
But when he turned around, I was shocked to see it was Brooke.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I didn't see it was you.
Yeah, that's the thing, Ash.
Saying that she just turned around angrily and walked away. And I felt so stupid for not recognizing her. After that day, something changed in Brooke, and she started to talk to me less and less, and Mum only made things worse. Every time we'd go out, she'd made Brooke wear a captain. A few weeks later, when we got home from school, Mom was screaming with joy.
Oh, honey, I have great news. Some weeks back, I had sent Brooke's photos to a company that was looking for a new model. And guess what? They selected her.
For the first time in ages, I saw a huge smile on Brooke's face. And then Mom said,
But now Ashlyn will have to play the part.
What are you saying, Mom?
Mom told us that the company wanted to use a model for their new hair products. And since Brooke had lost her hair, my natural hip-length blonde hair made me perfect for the part. Just then, Brooke took a vase on the table and smashed it to the ground.
How can you do this to me? Those were my pictures. I was the one who got selected. She cannot take my place.
But what can we do if your hair won't grow back? It's been like that for months now, and God knows if it's ever gonna grow back.
Listening to Mom's words, Brooke ran to her room crying, and I told Mom I was not going to do it.
Oh, Ash, I wish I'd never have to tell you this, but things are really tough at work for me right now. They might even fire me, and I'm so worried about how I'm going to take care of my girls.
Seeing Mom so stressed, I had to say yes to the offer. But now Brooke was super mad at me, especially after Mom took her to the doctor and we discovered that her hair growth rate had slowed down drastically. For some reason, that's why her hair was taking so long to grow back. Later that night, when I was sleeping, I felt someone pulling my hair, and when I opened my eyes, I saw it was Brooke trying to cut it off.
OMG, Brooke, are you crazy?
Yeah, I'm crazy. And now I'm going to turn you into me.
Luckily, Mom came in just then and pulled her away. She scolded Brooke real hard, and after that day, Brooke stopped talking to me. The next week, Mom took me to the audition, and when I got the part, we had to fly to Los Angeles for the whole year, but Brooke was not happy about moving at all.
I don't understand why we have to leave everything behind just because of her.
Why can't you be happy for your sister? Brooke, this is a huge deal. And honestly, it's not like you have a lot of friends here. You could use a fresh start too.
Despite Brooke's protests, we moved to LA. The campaign I did became a huge success in no time, and my ads were everywhere, on buses, on billboards, and on TV. By the time I turned 15, I had a huge portfolio of modeling work, and Mom had become my manager, and she decided to enroll me into a private school.
Honey, you're a celebrity now. Your safety and education has to come first.
I was more than excited to finally have proper schooling after all these years of modeling. And I asked Mum to enroll Brooke with me too. But as soon as we entered our new school, kids came running at me to take autographs and selfies, and they'd follow me everywhere I go, and I just hated it. But there was someone who loved seeing me so miserable. Brooke. Over the years, I tried to include her in everything I did. I would even get designer dresses for her to join me on the red carpet, but she'd just toss them away in the trash.
What is wrong with you, Brooke? I got the dress specially made for you.
I don't need your charity, Ash. Especially when everything you are right now is because of me.
I hated the bitterness Brooke had in her heart for me, and I wished I could just remove that.
Don't you worry about her, sweetheart. You have no time for her jealousy. You just focus on your work.
Time went by, and Brooke grew confident in her own look and joined a local modeling agency. And I decided I was going to leave the world of fame and finally focus on my studies. But the same day, Mum told me that I'd been cast as the lead for a huge movie.
But Mom, I told you I didn't.
Oh, honey, this is the last time, I promise. It's just that I made an agreement, and now if you say no, we'll have to pay a huge sum of money cancelling it.
Okay, but it's the last time.
A few days later, we had the announcement party for the movie, and Mum was taking me shopping for it when a card fell from her bag. It was an invitation card for Brooke's first play at the theatre, where she was playing the lead role.
Mom, we should definitely go to Cheerbrooke. This will mean so much to her.
It's the same day as the announcement party of your movie, and that's more important.
But I totally disagreed. I left Mom at the movie party and slipped off to see Brooke's performance, and she was awesome. I didn't find her in the dressing room, but I left flowers for her and left. My movie started shooting soon after, and I was a bit starstruck when I met the male lead actor, Tom. He was a super famous movie star at the age of just 20, and he had a huge fan following. But he was really nice and instantly made me comfortable. And over the course of the shooting, we became really good friends. On my 18th birthday, Tom even surprised me with a cake and congratulated me. But just then, I noticed Brooke outside my dressing room. I stepped out to see her, but she was already gone. And then I didn't see her the entire day. But the next morning, I woke up to the worst nightmare of an actor. My phone was buzzing like crazy, and pictures of me hugging Tom. And rumors of our link up were all over the news. But there was no way anyone from the set could have leaked those pictures. And that's when I remembered seeing Brooke on the set the day before. Holy freaks! I couldn't believe she'd stooped so low. Later, when I came out of the house, there were paparazzi everywhere, and I had to disguise myself to go for the shoot. When I reached the set, we were about to start shooting when Tom's girlfriend came on set and threw the newspapers in my face.
You homewrecker! How dare you try to steal my boyfriend, you ugly-faced lizard!
I didn't steal anyone. It's all fake news.
Babe, can you please calm down?
But she didn't calm down and tried to attack me. Just then, Brooke came from behind and dumped a slushie on that witch's head. And security pulled her away for trying to create chaos on the set.
Brooke, what are you doing here after ruining my reputation?
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, stop it. I saw you at the set yesterday. And I know you're the one who sent my pictures with Tom to the media.
Have you completely lost it? I wasn't the one who did it. It was Mom.
What? The freaking Funyuns.
Mom was the one who sent your pictures to the media. I heard her talking on the phone this morning. That's what I just came here to tell you.
But I saw you on the set last night.
'Cause it was our birthday, dummy. You came to see my play even when you had a huge movie party. And it meant a lot to me. So I thought I'd repay the favor by visiting you. But as soon as I reached here, I received an important call and I had to go back.
But that wasn't all. Brooke told me she had doubts that Mum had been up to no good. And when we investigated it, we found out that Mum had been stealing from me and filling her bank accounts. Holy freak. She was a blood-sucking mosquito. The next day, Mum came screaming with joy at us.
I've got the best news, Ash. I signed you up for 3 more movies, and we're gonna be super rich now.
So that's why you sent my pictures to the media.
What? Who told you that? And even if I did, look at the bright stars. Beside all that publicity and dating rumors with the superstar, have got you 3 more movies.
But you sold your own daughter for money.
Shut up, Brooke!
Enough, Mom. We are not kids anymore whom you can manipulate so easily.
Yeah, you broke our trust and stole from your own child. You're the worst lying butt manipulator that I've ever seen in my life.
Oh no, don't say that, Ash. I did everything for you guys.
You're a liar, Mom. You did everything for yourself. And that's why I've canceled all your contracts and removed you from my manager's position.
No, you can't do that!
Guess what? We already did.
Suddenly, Mum completely lost it and tried to attack me. But thankfully, Brooke had called security and the cops and they took her away.
I'm so sorry, Ash. I always thought you were a bad person and always blamed you for everything. But Mom was the real devil and played with us as she wished.
It's all right, Brooke. You have nothing to apologize for. But yeah, I don't think I can continue to shoot this stupid movie. How about you take my place in it?
Really? You mean it?
Of course. Snakey, I'm Melon. Melon.
Who are you talking to? Oh, hi guys. I'm Grace and this is Melon.
Snakey, stinky breath. Stinky breath.
Hey, that's offensive. Stink. Guys, I'll be right back. In the meantime, please like and subscribe. Hey y'all, I'm back. And this charming boy here is Melon. When I was 5, my grandmother got Melon as a pet. He has been my closest companion ever since. But I was 11 when we lost Grandma forever, so Melon is now my pet. We live with my mom, who raised me all alone. She is an incredible fashion designer and works extremely hard.
Nifty tie, Snakey.
But she never has time to go out and enjoy a social life.
Social life, Snakey, no nifty ties.
Don't be selfish. Melon. Just then, I heard a sound outside my window. It was Leo, the school bully, and his cronies picking on Conte. Conte and his parents had moved in about a week ago across the street from me. He was in 5th grade as well, but Conte was smaller than the other boys in our class. He wore glasses and had a lot of acne, which made him the perfect target for bullies.
You're like a science experiment gone wrong with those pimples, buddy.
I'm just getting ready for Halloween. Need to begin early with the spooky costumes, you know?
Suddenly, Leo and his gang pushed Conte and dragged him away. We have to do something.
Let's go, Snakey.
Melon and I stealthily trailed the boys to an abandoned house 2 blocks away. We peeked inside and saw Leo and his boys harassing Conte. Leo needed to be taught a lesson. Melon, time to put on our spooky act. I opened the window slightly, and Melon crawled through. He slid under a sheet and started flying around like a ghost.
Boo! Boo! I'm the ghost of Snake Past!
The boys' faces drained of color. It's haunted! Run! As the boys ran out screaming, I climbed in through the window and helped Conte up.
Thanks for helping me. You guys are awesome.
Let's go before real ghosts come. From that day, Conte, Milan, and I were inseparable. Conte basically became a member of my small family. We played video games, had all-night movie marathons, and he even taught me how to play basketball. Heck, when we were 14, we even opened an animal shelter.
Interesting people. Interesting people.
Are you saying I'm boring?
He's just saying you're as interesting as watching paint dry.
Life was wonderful the summer before high school. Mom, Melon, and I even went to Paris for Mom's first international fashion tour. It was incredible. I assisted Mom in dressing her models and even offered her a few design tips. Because we were super busy, I didn't have time to check in with Conte, but I bought him a few souvenirs to make up for it. After all, he was my best friend, and he'd understand, right? But then something weird happened. When we came back from Paris, Kante suddenly disappeared. He stopped talking to me and even stopped replying to my messages. I was super worried. So on the first day of high school, I ran over to his house, worried crazy. When the door opened, I almost passed out. Kante looked amazing and cool. No glasses, no acne. He looked like a teen model. But before I could even ask him what was up, he frowned.
I think I'll walk to school by myself today.
Then he closed the door and walked away. I was beyond shocked. Was he kidding? He had to be, right? Wrong, because at school things got even weirder. Kante avoided me like the plague. Every time he saw me, he dodged and ran away. Finally, I cornered him in the hallway. What's with the dodgeball moves? Did I do something?
Look, I gotta go.
Distracted, I bumped into Leo and his gang.
Aw, is little loser sad because Kante no longer wants to be seen with her?
Better a loser than a clown? What trick are you going to do today? How to use your mouth to talk instead of your butt. Leo's face turned red. He leaned towards me menacingly. Luckily, a teacher passed by and he and his gang rushed away. That evening, I was very bummed out. After school, I saw Kante hanging out with some guys who spent more time in detention than they did in their classrooms. Did he think he was too cool to hang out with me? Melon, you won't believe it. Kante's acting so weird and I just don't understand why.
Snaky, secret agent, Snaky, undercover.
Melon gave me a great idea. What if I followed Kante around to find out what was going on and why he started hanging out with those guys? I wanted my best friend back. As I was trying to understand Kante's odd behavior, there was an unexpected knock on the door and Mom waltzed in.
Hey, kiddo, I've got some news. I've met someone and he's coming for dinner with his kid tonight. Is that okay?
Snaky, nifty ties, gone.
Melon. Shh! Of course, Mom, I'm so happy for you! With a chuckle, Mom hugged me.
Dress up a bit, okay? I want us to make a good impression.
To be honest, I was excited for Mom. That is until I opened the door for her guests and saw who they were.
Grace, what a pleasant surprise! I'm gonna make your life a nightmare.
I gulped. This was going to be a disaster. But to my shock, during dinner, Leo was super polite. I could hardly recognize him. He even poured juice for me. Was I wrong about him? Just then, Mom and Leo's dad went to the kitchen to grab the chocolate cake Mom had baked, and I sat with Leo awkwardly when suddenly I felt something crawl up my leg and onto my chest. I screeched louder than a pig in a mud bath and leaped from my chair as the rodent darted into the kitchen. Leo's dad emerged from the kitchen holding the toy mouse.
Grace, Claire, I'm so sorry about this.
Boys will be boys. No harm done.
And jerks will be jerks! As soon as Leo and his dad left, I rushed over to Kante's house to give him the bad news that my mom was dating Leo's dad. Hey, Kante, can we talk? But Kante didn't look happy to see me. Kante shook his head and looked away.
What? Grace?
OMG! What the heck is wrong with you? Why are you acting like such a jerk?
Then go away.
You know what? I will!
I spun on my heels and walked away. Silent tears rolled down my cheeks. I missed my best friend, and I needed him now more than ever. As days turned into weeks, my school life became a minefield of misery, courtesy of Leo's relentless pranks at school and at home, and Kante's silent treatment. Melon was my only friend, but even he was worried about me.
Tell Mom! Tell Mom!
What? Was I supposed to tell her? That her boyfriend's son's heart was as dark as a moonless night? But just when I thought my life was over, something amazing happened. I got an opportunity to win a scholarship to college. I was thrilled. If I could get it, I wouldn't have to worry about my fees. All I had to do was write an essay about the career path I wanted to choose and why I deserved the scholarship. I was so excited. I spent the next month working tirelessly on my essay. And when I finally finished, I was super proud of myself. On the day of the deadline, I rushed to the principal's office clutching my laptop with my cherished essay, when out of nowhere, a torrent of dirty mop water careened toward me. It was like everything was happening in slow-mo. My laptop fell on the floor and broke in two. Before I could get it, someone standing close by jumped on it, smashed. OMG, stop! Stop! I didn't save it on the cloud. This can't be happening, my essay. But it did happen. I sat in a pool of dirty, stinky water with bits of laptop around me. My precious essay gone forever. And then I heard it. The most terrible sound on the planet. Leo laughing. Suddenly, my vision blurred with anger, and before I knew it, I was on top of him, clawing at his hair like a wild animal. It took the combined strength of 3 teachers to wrestle me away. You ruined my chances of getting that scholarship, Leo. I hate you. I ran out with tears in my eyes. At home, I locked myself in my room and cried. That night, I got a call from Conte, but I refused to answer. Shortly after, he sent me a text saying that he saw what happened at school, and he was really sorry. He called repeatedly, and eventually I switched off my phone and cried myself to sleep. Over the next few days, I couldn't eat, and I spent most of my time in and out of sleep.
Darling, if something is troubling you, you can always talk to me, okay? I'm here for you.
Snaky, tell her!
With a deep breath, I opened up to Mom and told her everything about Leo's relentless bullying, the scholarship and the essay, and how Conte had distanced himself from me. I was devastated and miserable.
Oh, honey, why didn't you tell me earlier?
You were so happy with Leo's dad, and I didn't want to ruin it for you.
You will always be my #1 priority. And as for Conte, let's work on finding out what's wrong there too.
Later that evening, I decided to walk to the park to clear my head. I was sitting behind a tree when I heard familiar voices, and what I heard next made my blood run cold.
I refuse to be involved in this any longer.
Oh, don't you? What about the $50,000 that I gave you for your mother's hospital treatment?
I gasped, $50,000.
Remember our deal. I provide the money, and in return, you become my slave. You do as I tell you. And I'm telling you to stay the heck away from Grace. I hate her. Or your mom suffers.
Leo's words hit me like a sledgehammer. Conte was being blackmailed. He was trying to save his mother while also protecting me and Mom. That night, I decided to take things into my own hands and decided to visit Conte. Since I knew he wouldn't let me in through the front door, I decided to climb in through the window. But it was way tougher than they make it look in movies. As soon as I leaped onto the roof, a tile dislodged and slid down the roof, and I was clutching the gutter for dear life. My life flashed before my eyes. I heard the window open, followed by Conte's voice.
Grace, what are you doing?
Shut up and help!
I'm here to rescue you. Hang on, I'm on my way.
Within a few seconds, he took my hand and dragged me up, and Conte safely brought me back to the floor. I wrapped my arms around Conte, overflowing with gratitude, but he gently pushed me away.
You shouldn't be here.
Because Leo would hurt Mom and us, right? Conte's eyes widened in surprise. I overheard you guys at the park. Come on, let's go to your room before Leo catches us. Finally, Conte told me about his mother's illness and his father losing his job while we were away. I felt so guilty. I'm so sorry, Conte. I should have been there for you.
No, it's fine. But I don't have any money for Leo, and if I ever cross him, all the things I did for him will come back to haunt me.
A mischievous grin crept across my face as I rubbed my hands together. Leave it to Melon and me. The next evening, I told Mom to invite Leo and his dad over for dinner because we had settled things between us. When they arrived, I was still connecting the camera that I had secured in Melon's tie to my laptop when I finally emerged. I spied Leo's father slipping into my mother's office. I tiptoed to the office and peeked inside with Melon perched on my head, and what I heard sent shivers down my spine.
Yes, I'm bringing her designs tonight and my gambling debt will be squared off, right?
I was shocked. Mom had spent months making designs to pitch to Prada. This was a huge deal for her. Her entire career depended on it. Melon and I scurried back to my room. It wasn't the footage I hoped to get. It was 10 times better. I quickly sent a copy to Conte before heading to the dining room to greet our guests. Leo and I pretended to like each other and had a polite conversation. After the meal, I turned to everyone. I've decided to apply to a few colleges, and they wanted me to do a short video of myself. I'd love to get your opinions. As the tape played in the living room, Leo's father looked like he'd seen a ghost. Mom, on the other hand, was furious.
How dare you! Come into my house and try to steal my designs! I worked so hard! Get out!
But I wasn't going to let Leo and his father leave just like that. Not so fast. I won't share this on social media if Leo leaves Conte alone. I know about the 50,000 and all the things you've made Conte do.
You? What? Blackmailing our Conte pal? You have 3 days to pack your bags and move out of town or I'm calling the cops.
Leo and his father practically ran out crying.
Snaky, trash gone! Trash gone!
While I was happy that I got justice for Conte, I felt super bad that Leo's dad had broken Mom's heart. I'm so sorry, Mom. I know you liked him a lot.
Don't worry, kiddo, you just saved my business.
I rushed over to Conte to tell him the great news.
Thank you, Grace, for having my back even though I was a jerk to you.
That's okay. Relationships aren't always sunshine. They need a little rain to grow. Slowly, Conte's mother recovered, and my mom hired Conte's father as her personal assistant. After Conte and I finally graduated high school, we got into the same college, excited about whatever life had in store for us, confident that our enduring friendship would weather any storm that came our way.
While Mom was at work, I crept into her bedroom and searched her closet and all her drawers for evidence of something. I lifted up a blanket from her bed and almost had a heart attack. "Hi, I'm Nancy from China. See, my mom, she was the prettiest girl in our whole town. She literally won the Chinese beauty pageant 5 years in a row and became rich from it. Everyone would stop her in the streets to tell her how beautiful she was. Best of all, Dad adored Mom to bits and was always showering her with gifts. And then I was born."
Oh, darling, she looks exactly like you. Same lips and cheeks.
You and Nancy should compete in pageants together when she gets older.
Well, that's exactly what we did. When I was 3, Mom and I competed in duo pageants, winning every time and soaking out the glory. Then one day, when I was 10, I was in my dressing room when I heard Mom had to be rushed to the hospital.
What's going on? Is she hurt?
It's her skin. It's become completely wrinkled and inflamed. The doctors think she has a rare and untreatable condition.
What do you mean untreatable? I want to see my mom. Now!
No, Nancy, the pageant is in 3 minutes. You'll have to go on without her.
I was totally powerless, but I did end up winning first prize. Sadly, everyone was too depressed to celebrate. Mom looked like a freaking 80-year-old with red lumps on her face.
It's obvious. I won't be able to compete with you anymore. Look at me.
Mom, don't talk that way. Hell will always be beautiful in my eyes.
Oh, spare me. Nancy, I don't want your pity. I felt so awful.
And as I continued competing in pageants, people constantly compared me to my mom, especially my grandma.
It's heartbreaking what happened to my daughter's skin. It's too upsetting for me to visit her these days. At least you look the way she used to.
Their comments made me furious. I could feel Mom's growing resentment. Worst of all, the tension was affecting my parents' relationship, and they started fighting all the time. Finally, when I was 16, my parents divorced. Mom got custody since she'd been my primary caretaker, and it was then I decided I'd had enough.
I don't want to be in pageants anymore, Mom. I only did them in the first place because of you. And I don't like how bitter and jealous you get every time I compete.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Why would I be jealous of my own daughter?
Gee, good question. All I know is it just got worse as I got older.
I quit pageants, and then Mom decided to move to the US, which was a big adjustment. And as soon as we settled, she became even more of a nightmare to be around.
That's a disgusting amount of makeup.
But I'm just wearing lip gloss.
Well, you're wearing too much for a girl your age. Wash it off right this second. I don't understand how you can eat all those pancakes and not blow up like a balloon.
Enjoy it while you can. Luckily, my new school became much happier than my home life. One day at school, I asked around to see if I could get an English tutor, since I still wasn't comfortable with the language. All the kids recommended the same guy, someone named Gavin.
He tutors for volunteer hours so it won't cost you anything.
Plus, he's gorgeous. Every girl at school has a crush on him.
Oh, well, I'm not looking to date at the moment. I just want to pass my classes.
But when I met Gavin in the library that day, my heart skipped 10 beats. He looked like a storybook prince. How could I concentrate on homework with that smoke show up in my space?
Are you okay? Your cheeks are bright red and you look adorable.
I do not look adorable. I mean, can we get to work, please? My homework isn't going to do itself.
We sat down to study, and I had to admit, Gavin was as brilliant as he was handsome. But when I started doing my math homework, he kept staring at me with his twinkling dark eyes, which made me nervous.
So are you free to go out this weekend?
Excuse me? I don't want to go out at all. You're just here to tutor me.
I know, but I can't fight my attraction for you. I've never believed in love at first sight until now.
Seriously, does anyone fall for your cringy pickup lines?
Face it, Nancy. I'm smart, I'm funny, and I have great hair. You won't be able to resist me for long.
I couldn't help rolling my eyes at that. Maybe I should get a new tutor. Except that same week, I ended up getting an A on 2 exams.
See, I don't disappoint. Now will you go out with me?
Just because you helped me get a good grade doesn't mean I owe you anything.
Come on, just one date.
With that, Gavin pulled out 2 tickets from his pocket, and holy crud, they were too astounding. Sasha concert, my favorite singer.
I've been saving these for someone special, Nancy.
Okay, I'll go, but only because I'm a huge Sasha fan. But this is not a date.
The night of the concert, Gavin came to pick me up at 6. But the second Mom saw him, she looked furious and pulled me aside.
Where do you think you're going with that boy?
To Sasha's concert. I already told you I was going with a friend.
Please, do you really expect me to believe Mr. Heartthrob here is just a friend? He'll break your heart just like your father broke mine. You're not going to that concert.
But Sasha's my favorite singer, And you and I both know Dad didn't do anything wrong.
That comment made Mom so angry that she sent Gavin home and me up to my room. I was so mad I was shaking. Then suddenly I heard a noise from my bedroom. It was Gavin.
Hey, I think I'm stuck. You're gonna have to give me a hand.
Oh my God. Are you trying to crawl into my room?
Well, you want to go to that concert, don't you? You said you're a huge fan, and if you can fit through this door, you probably won't get.
My heart fluttered as he smiled up at me. There wasn't any harm in going on a date with him, was there? So I crawled over and we went to the concert, and we're running over an hour late.
This is all Mom's fault. It's because of her. We left during rush hour. She's becoming even more of a train wreck since the divorce.
Your parents are divorced? Wow, small world.
Your parents are divorced too?
Well, actually, Mom left us a couple of days ago. She met some guy at work and is leaving my dad to be with him.
Wow, immense. So sorry.
It's fine, I'll get through it.
Gavin didn't seem to want to talk about it anymore. The concert was almost over when we arrived. But Gavin has an idea.
If we stood here, we would have time to listen to the last song.
The last song was a slow one, and I closed my eyes, swaying my shoulders in the wind.
I know your mom isn't perfect, but you sure are beautiful like her.
Ugh, I hate it when people compare me to my mom. Can I be my own person? I'm more than just a pretty face.
I know that. You also have pretty hair.
I slapped him right then, and he leaned in for a kiss. I felt fireworks between us. Then suddenly Gavin pulled away.
No, I can't do this.
What do you mean?
I don't want to fall for you. I'm scared of getting hurt. I don't want what happened to my parents to happen to us.
Dude, we're in high school. I'm gonna run off with some other guy. Your parents' failed relationship doesn't mean you have to live in fear.
But Gavin just said taking me to the concert was a mistake and started driving me home. I felt like such an idiot. Thankfully, Mom was in bed when I got home, and I fell asleep with no trouble. Then, at around 5 a.m., I felt someone's hands on my head. It was Mom.
Nancy goes back to sleep.
At that second, I spotted a pair of scissors in her hands.
What are you doing with those? And why are you holding a strand of my hair? Are you cutting my hair in my sleep?
I just need a couple of strands.
What? Why?
Please don't ask questions.
No, I will ask questions. You can't just cut my hair in my sleep without telling me why.
Watch your tone, young lady. I'm not doing anything wrong here. You need to learn to respect your elders and bite your tongue.
Mom stormed out of my room and slammed the door. She grounded me for a week, but I wasn't going to let her scare me. While Mom was at work, I crept into her bedroom and searched her closet and all her drawers for evidence of something. Then finally, I lifted up a blanket from her bed and almost had a heart attack. On her bed was an open cardboard box with a pile of my hair strands. How long had she been collecting my hair? I wasn't sure what she was going to do with it, but I knew one thing for sure. I needed to get away from her. I thought about booking a flight to China to go back and live with Dad. Except what if he didn't allow me to? The next day at school, I was in the library, when suddenly I saw Gavin sitting across from me reading a book. Oh darn, I'd forgotten to cancel our tutoring sessions.
Nancy, hey.
Hi. Look, I won't be needing any more tutoring sessions. I'm moving back to China.
Wait, what? You're leaving?
Yes, and I don't know when I'll be back. You made the right choice not to kiss me at the concert. We would have both ended up hurt. Everyone I've ever been close to in my life has done me wrong or got separated from me. You were right to protect your heart, Gavin.
He stared at me with sad eyes, and I couldn't bear being around him anymore. I went back to the house so I could secretly pack my bags and leave home. But that night, Mom knocked on my door.
Do you have a minute?
What's going on? What's in that box?
Your 18th birthday is tomorrow, so I made you a present.
Oh man, my birthday. I'd completely forgotten. What's this?
You asked why I was collecting strands of your hair. Well, it was to make a quilt with something called dong tai hair embroidery. It's an old Chinese practice. You sew hair strands onto a piece of white silk. My grandmother started a tradition where a mother would embroider a piece, pass it down to their daughter, who would continue the work and keep working on it until it was finished. Then the next daughter in line would receive the quilts as a gift. And that's you.
I was shocked. Mom hated me. There was no reason she'd want me a part of any family tradition.
I don't even remember the last time you gave me any presents, let alone something like this.
Well, it's your 18th birthday, and it's an old family practice. My mother used to tell me back when we were close that she wanted me to continue it. And you are my daughter after all.
Mom hugged me awkwardly, and I tried to feel happy. Maybe I didn't have to run away from home after all. My mother loved me, but I still couldn't sleep that night. I felt in my gut something was off, that Mom didn't give me that blanket for the reasons I thought she did. Suddenly, I heard voices coming from the other room that sounded like a FaceTime conversation.
I can't believe you made me go through all that work to give Nancy that dung tie blanket. She barely even said thank you. I shouldn't even have to ask you to pass that blanket down to your own daughter. I had to offer to take Nancy for the summer so you'd agree to do it, like I haven't already passed down enough to her. Nancy is prettier than I ever was and won more pageants than I ever did. I did what you told me. I gave her the stupid quilt. What more do you want from me?
Well, that all made more sense. Of course, Mom hadn't changed. And of course, she hadn't grown to love me. I refused to speak to both her and Dad that week. And one night, after Mom went to sleep, I threw the dung-tie quilt into the fire with my strands of hair and 2 generations worth of work. At school, I still saw Gavin, but I avoided him too. After all, I told him I was leaving the country on the last day of the semester. I was taking my finals, but I was panicking because I didn't know any of the answers. I tried to calm myself with deep breaths, when suddenly some kids ran in.
Miss Benson, someone broke into your car.
And that's when Gavin walked in and sat next to me.
We only have like 2 minutes tops. Give me your test. I'll finish it for you.
No, Gavin, I can't ask you to do that.
But he'd already taken my test and was filling in the answers.
Why was he helping me?
So obviously you didn't move to China in the end.
No, not yet, but I still might, just to get away from everything and everybody. I don't understand, Gavin. Why did you do this for me?
Because I still care about you. I know I wasn't ready to kiss you that night at the concert, but part of me regrets that.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want my parents' divorce to scare me away from falling in love. You told me that night, nothing is worth living in fear for.
Gavin pulled me close and I felt my heart skip a beat.
Maybe you're right, Gavin. Because my mom didn't know how to love me doesn't mean there aren't other people out there who do.
You mean, like me?
Slow down, buddy. We're not there yet.
I leaned over and kissed him right then. For the first time in ages, I walked home feeling happy. But when I entered the house, I found Mom sitting in front of the fireplace crying.
I can't believe you burnt the family quilt, a 3-generation quilt.
It wasn't a 3-generation quilt because you were never gonna pass it down to me. You only did it because Dad told you to. You know what? I'm done putting up with this. I'm moving out of this house. I'm not gonna live with you anymore.
That summer, Dad let me stay with him in China, as he promised, and Gavin and I applied to the same college and got in. Even after returning to the US, I didn't see Mom, and I also blocked her phone number. But one night at college, I was awake studying when I got a freaking message from Mom on TikTok begging me to call her.
Oh, honey, I'm so glad you called. I've been wanting to talk to you and make amends for a while.
Too late for that. Mom, I really don't have time to talk. I have midterms tomorrow.
Nancy, you didn't let me finish. I've been seeing a therapist and working through my issues. I want to be better. I want a fresh start.
Well, I am glad to hear you're finally getting help. I know you've been suffering for a while, but I can't just forget the way you've treated me all those years. Maybe one day I can forgive you. I just don't know when that'll be.
I understand. Well, if you ever do want to start over, my home is always open to you. I love you, and I'm sorry about everything.
Thanks, Mom. I've always wanted to hear those words from you.